So I bought cocoa in a cup and I was drinking. So I took it to the office and my colleague were like, your money camo and all of that. So I was thinking, so if I was to be drinking cocoa in poly bag, the rubber, the plain one, would they still think I have money? It's all packaging. So sometimes you have a craft, you have a skill, you have a business. The way you are packaging it is making people undervalue you. They don't really see it to be worth it. So package yourself well. The same way cocoa can be packaged nicely and people will be willing to pay 20 Ghana for a cup. Package yourself well. The same cocoa content, but the packaging gives it extra value. So package your skill well, package your business well, your product and everything well, and sell to be willing to pay well extra for that. If you are on a career path, I believe that there's always something you have to do to be more extra than your colleagues or to your peers in that market. I believe in reading. Why? Because whatever you're willing to do, someone else has already done it. I got my first book at La Paz. When I got the marketing job, straightforward, I went to buy a book. This is marketing, just because I want to really soak myself into what others think about marketing. You have a particular skill, whether in any sector you are in, make sure that you have an extra knowledge. People have already done it before, so why don't you also take your time and learn what they've done? So that all those years that you wait for you to get that experience, you get that experience in a day because you've taken down their knowledge and have taken that to be part of you. So some waste 5 years learning some things, you've taken 1 day to read a book to get someone's 10 years knowledge. Why not? I saw a woman in my area at that time and she told me that she's selling food in the area. And I said, I've been looking for food in the area for so long. I can't find food to buy. So she said, that's a shop. Then she mentioned to me that every time she says that she has a shop, people think that it's a saloon. But she's talking about a food joint. Why? Because of how she painted the structure. It looks like they do pedicure and hairdressing things there. You see, the way you package yourself, the way you come out, the way you pushing yourself will give some perception about you. She said she has been there for like 6 years now, and I thought that was a saloon. By now I would have been a customer. But because she didn't position herself well to be someone who sells food, nobody knew. It can also happen to you like that. You might be good at a particular thing, but nobody knows you and they cannot relate with you because what you are offering and what you are showing, they are two different things. So please know who you are and sell what you are. Passion alone cannot make you money. Right now, I believe let's make money. When you are done with the money, then we come and follow passion. And passion can always be developed at any time. Meaning, look at the things that can get you money at this stage of our journey. The skills that people are willing to pay you for. When you find such skills, then you build a love for it. You discipline yourself to love it. Because you can have big titles. Oh, I've learned this thing. But currently in the Ghanaian market or in the African market, it's not applicable. So what makes you think I will come for such a skill? So throw it out for now and find the skills that people are willing to pay you for. Polish them, then you draw your passion into that. Then that will be like, okay, that's what the market needs. Then you'll be making money out of that. But if it's just passion, that might not get you anywhere. Feed the passion what the market wants. So what's personal branding and why does it matter? Let me tell you this. Whether you brand yourself or you don't brand yourself, you're already a brand. Why? Because when you're growing up in school, people call you names. Either you're late to school, you don't come to school early. They call you either there's anti-pay, they call you unpaid school. Why? Because of some attitude and some things you've done over time, and they'll give you names. That was your brand back in school. So as you are growing up, whether you like it or not, you are creating a brand for yourself. So why don't you take responsibility of what you are becoming and tell your own story? How you change the narrative for yourself. If you don't do that, people will do that for you. And you can't blame them. You're in a society where whatever you do, whatever you are showing, that's how you are perceived. And they'll give you titles. It's better they start calling you names based on your skills, based on your value, based on your solutions. That's much better and that's much impactful. When we were in school, a female friend asked me, all your friends are in a relationship, why are you not in a relationship? And I asked her back that, me that I'm in a relationship, how are they also feeling about it? I want to tell you something about knowing your path, knowing your values, knowing what you want and working in them. Don't just be thrown about anyhow because things are trending, so you just want to fit into the system. Trends are good, it's good for the market, it's good for business, trying to adapt and follow. But I'm just saying that know your values, know what drives you, know where you are going, so that when you have been influenced, you know what you have been influenced by. Else today you are this, tomorrow you are that, and before you realize you don't even know who you are anymore. Know yourself from the core, and that's also part of you building yourself as a person. It's not every client you take on. I'm telling you, it's not every client you take on. They will stress you. See, sometimes you don't feel good about some clients. Don't force it. Just take your time and listen to yourself. Else, you do the work, you are not done back and forth and all of that. No. When you're working for a client, from your heart, from within you should feel so committed to their cause, committed to their vision, committed to their mission. If you're not feeling that, you might just do a shoddy work, even though you are good, but because you are not feeling it, and not so much into them and what they are doing, you will not give them the best value. So work on that. Don't just take any clients. I read my first book when I was in JHS. I read a book called Rhythms of Life. Do you know why? I went home and I saw that book on the table, so I decided to take it. I didn't even ask anybody. When my friends were reading Peggy Opon, I was reading 7 Keys to Success. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that there's something that was driving me in what I read or what I read. There's something that's pushing me into what I read. So it depends on the kind of future you want, how you want to be known and known for, and the things you involve yourself into. And one thing I learned in that book is going the extra mile, and that became part of me. So you have to be intentional about whatever you're doing, the things you read, the things you watch, because it's actually making us and you are becoming it. So I want to let you know that know what you are and know how to feed that skill, how to feed that business into it becoming something better for yourself. When I entered high school, I didn't enter high school with a very good grade. So my goal for the school was, Charlie, go there, go and learn. No women, books, and maybe take leadership position as you get along. But I was a general student, but I didn't become friends with general students. I became friends with the science students. Why? Because they have a notion that science students are always serious. I'm not saying other person are not serious, but you went to high school, you know that thing. Science students are always serious. So I became friends with them, and they're always learning. I had issues with maths, but my maths changed. My science changed. My English changed. I've never taken an award in my life before, but because I was friends with them, when they were taking the award, I was also taking some. Your environment matters. Your friends matters. The people you work with, they matter. Your success depends on them because their goals will influence you. So watch the friends you make. Watch the people you work with. What are they talking about? How are they inspiring you? How are they pushing you? Are they really making you become better? Watch that. And I think that's one key to also help you to become better. See, I didn't know anything about market activation. I didn't really know. But one day I was working through Medina Market. I was supposed to run an activation for a brand. So when I got to the market, I saw an activation ongoing there. I walked straight to the man. Hello, sir. How do you do your marketing? So you have to talk to this person, take permit. I said, thank you very much. Please, can I have your number? He gave me his number. I've realized something, that sometimes the knowledge you need is not always in the classroom. It's on the streets. It's in the people on the ground. Get on the ground and learn. And we call something streetwise. When you are smart on the street, you are smart in books, you are smart in tech, you are well-rounded, and those are the knowledge you can get. And you know, and nobody have taught me that in classroom. Nobody have taught me that. But on the ground, I learned something practical that day. Open yourself up to knowledge. Knowledge is not just in the books, it's not just in the movies you watch, it's not just in those motivational messages. It can be on the street. Take your time and learn. Nature is teaching us something, the world is teaching you something. Just pay attention and you learn something very peculiar to yourself. Anytime I ask people, what can you do? They'll be like, oh, anything you give me, I can do. No. You can't do that. It means that you can't do anything. That's what it means. You might feel like you are trying to communicate that you have the capacity to do everything. But in other sense, you are trying to communicate that you don't really know what you stand for. You don't know what you can really do and make exceptionally well. When someone asks you, what can you do? Be specific. Oh, when you give me this is what I can turn it into. When I come on board, this is what I can change. These are the solutions I'm bringing on board. And these are my biggest strength, because when you give me that, I'll make it better. That way, they know that, Charlie, when I give you something, you can do it for me. But when you say, oh, anything you give me, I can do, then you will not get anything, because there's nothing you can do. You cannot do everything. So know your strength, master them, and speak well about them. Let people know that.